Out is complete to Anthony Cathcart. Nothing too complex there, but a good start.
He might get overruled here from the back judge there. They are going to make it a catch. Okay, so but regardless of that, one thing about Odom that we've seen so far in the games that he has played, he's very elusive, and within the pocket, he's actually pretty mobile in turning corners and trying to get offensive movement. So keep that in eye. Maybe Judson might get some quarterback rushing yards here.
Positive pickup on first down. Clock rolls to the 6-minute mark. Odom drops back, steps up over the middle, intercepted on his feet, past the 20 to the 15, rumbling forward all the way to the 10 is Jared King. And, well, Odom tried to thread the needle. King read it all the way, and the second interception by the Judson offense.
Yeah, unfortunately, Judson has not been able to get really the ball past about the 40-yard line offensively here so far. Really good defense, as we talked about here with St. Francis. A lot of opportunities for Judson's offense so far, but the defense of St. Francis being able to really drop back in coverage, their linebackers making a big play here so far. And Judson hasn't been able to answer that so far, and minimal yardage gain on their first 3 drives.
Not the start you're looking for on senior day if you're head coach Quentin Demps, but still a lot of time. Let's see if the defense can get a stop here. St. Francis, its best starting field position today at the Judson 15. Carl Boo with Keenan Haley. Tumulty in motion. Boo keeps up the middle, gets forward close to the 10. Bryce Heary able to bring him down from behind. And, well, the MO has been noticed. They want to run the football in St. Francis. Doing a good job early on in this one.
And providing multiple options for Carl Boo on every running play himself. Usually have one guy coming in motion from opposite sides of the running back, too. So it's very deceptive.
9 runs to 5 passes. Second down. Boo drops back. Pumps. Tumulty. Complete. And coasting his way into the end zone for 6. He faked his way to the outside, comes inside. And an easy pitch and catch from Boo to Tumulty, and that is Boo's 3rd touchdown today.
A really nice deke there by Tumulty on that quick little jab step to the left, made all the difference in the world. And now St. Francis is going to try their first PAT of the day.
22-0. Tumulty last week had a touchdown, and, well, this week he gets another. Mayday for the extra point. Gets it to go, and it's 23-0 in favor of the St. Francis Fighting Saints. We'll take another timeout here on the campus of Streamwood High School. When we return, it'll be Judson ball. On in this one, 3 consecutive touchdown drives. They lead 23-0. Jared Schlensky alongside Austin Anderson. Carl Boo, 2 passing touchdowns plus a rushing touchdown. But the story, the Judson offense, they just have not been able to get going. Let's see if they can get good field position to start. This one over the head of the returner, still on his feet and going for Judson is Xavier Rogers. And now it'll be Judson ball just past their 20. Austin, what does Judson need to do offensively to sustain a drive?
I mean, they have to be able to move the ball in chunks without turning the ball over, which the Eagles have not been able to do so far here in this opening drive. And if you're Judson, you have to be able to move the ball, balance it between the run and the pass, and just be able to try to get those short yardage situations and to be able to convert on those. They had a couple of completions on the sideline, but when they've looked at the middle, it's been difficult.
5-yard penalty will be a fourth from the end of the run.
Offsides called against St. Francis is going to push the ball up 5 yards. 3 drives for Judson. We've seen 3 quarterbacks, John Odom, Aiden Edwards, and Jaden Hubbard. And it looks like it is John Odom back in after throwing the interception on the Eagles' previous offensive series. 3 down linemen, 5 in the box, 2 in the backfield along with Odom. 1st and 10 with just over 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Odom claps the hands, takes the snap. Give to the left, still on his feet, and pushing forward is Marshawn Smith. And Marshawn Smith on 1st down picks up about 6 yards.
Smith really broke through the initial line there very, very eloquently there and really got a nice big push. Just missing a quick little explosiveness. He could have gone a long way.
Marshawn Smith in the backfield along with Nigel Bruce. On the near side by himself is Keontae Fox. Cathcart, the motion man. Give this time to Bruce. Bruce trucks his man, Keemon Reese, past the 40, and a 1st down for the Judson Eagles. So just like that, a penalty and 2 good runs gives the Eagles their first down today.
Yes, and a really good job. I think really Judson taking a play out of St. Francis's book, right? Bringing the misdirection guy, then running up the middle. Very, very well done for Judson.
Best play today from scrimmage for the Eagles. Grant Alexander at the bottom of your screen on 1st down. 3 down linemen, 5 in the box. Keeping this time is Odom, and Odom goes nowhere. Brought down by Nick Franskovich. Franskovich last week 3 tackles, gets his 1st here today, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 11.
Yeah, they kind of read the MO on that one, bringing a couple other guys up and being able to make the tackle. Now this is the chance where Judson can do a little bit more of the misdirection, try to find some receivers and see where they can go offensively here.
A loss of 1. Split backfield. 2 receivers at the top of your screen. Anthony Cathcart, the motion man. They go to Cathcart, and Cathcart drilled at the line of scrimmage by Matthew Perry, and Cathcart a little shaken up on that hit. Completely blindsided by the hit. He turned, and before he could even get his head around, was taken down by the hard-hitting Matthew Perry.
Well, really a good quarter for the St. Francis defense so far. 3 minutes still left in that quarter. Just really aggressive at the corners, at the linebackers, not being afraid to pursue the football. And if you're Judson, you have to kind of think of ways that you can be able to break that initial line, which they have on the run game a couple of times. But continue to move the ball towards the outside would be very helpful for the Judson offense.
No question about it. We're going to take a timeout here. When we return, it'll be 3rd and long for Judson. 3:11 to go in the first. It's St. Francis 23, Judson nothing here on the Eagles Network. Anthony Cathcart, injured on the previous play, can only hope he's okay, is going to bring up 3rd and about 13 for Judson, moving the ball left to right. They need to get into St. Francis territory to move the sticks. John Odom on 3rd and long. Looks to the sideline for the play. St. Francis defensively have allowed just 1 first down so far in the afternoon. Looking to keep it that way. 3-man rush. Odom with time. Now escapes. Switches sides of the field. Chucks it to his man, the tight end. And very close to midfield is the tight end, Jeff Delaney. And that's going to bring up 4th and short. So a good job by Odom of keeping the play away, keeping the play alive. Finds his tight end on the scramble drill and is going to bring up 4th and about 2.
I love this. No huddle. Try to get those quick yards quickly.
Let's see what they draw up on 4th and short. First time we've seen Judson go for it today on 4th down. They need 2 yards. Judson this season on 4th down converting at a 38% clip. Can they increase it here? Nigel Bruce, the give on 4th down. He has it. Close to the 45. Brought down by Kamon Reese. And Nigel Bruce showing excellent patience on that sweep play. Allows the crease to open up at just the perfect time.
He really made the most of that run on the outside. Getting flipped. Initially, I was a little concerned because he wasn't able to break forward, but he found his hole and got the first down.
Great opening by Will Harter, the right guard, pulling from the right side to the left side to make that first down possible. Judson slows it down a little bit here. Game clock under a minute 30, play clock under 10. Odom, design keeper, in all sorts of trouble and is taken down for a sack. Kadon Odom, along with Kamon Reese, deliver the blow. And that is a loss of 5 and the 3rd sack today for the Fighting Saints.
I think if Odom would have initially attacked forward and then shifted to the side, he had a chance to get something out of there. But when you're trying to examine all of your options in the backfield, it's very difficult to make that decision.
2nd down and 14. The Eagles, with their best offensive drive today, have picked up 2 first downs. Can they make it 3? 2 receivers, 1 tight end. Odom with time. Rolls right. Still on his feet. Pumps and throws it up for grabs and intercepted. There's Franskovic. And Franskovic with the pick. The 3rd today for St. Francis puts an end to that drive.
Yeah, and Odom was running out of room on that right side, but the one thing you don't want to do is throw it up that high and in the field of play. You've reached out of the pocket, right? So you want to get the ball past the line of scrimmage and out of bounds there. He was unable to do that. It leads to a turnover, and St. Francis takes the ball over once again.
Yeah, I think if Odom could have that one again, he would have just thrown that ball out of bounds. Instead, the 3rd interception for this Fighting Saints defense. And this is a turnover machine defense. It is now the 16th turnover forced on the year for the Fighting Saints. From the Eagles 35, motion man Tumulty, Carl Boo, he's got 3 touchdowns already, keeps to the far sideline, still on his feet, can't turn the corner, is pushed out of bounds at the 30 for about a pickup of 5.
A lot of good help there, Judson defensively be able to make that tackle. Yes, it's a long run for Boo, but Judson defensively able to initiate. You had Dahavian Allen initially unable to make the play, but watch, there's the initial hit, and then the help comes in. Really good job by Judson's defense to make something out of nothing there and limit the St. Francis offense as the quarter expires.
And that does it for quarter number 1. Judson trails 23-0. We'll be back shortly here on the Eagles Network. seconds away from the start of the second quarter. It's been all St. Francis in this one. They lead 23-0. Carl Boo, the freshman quarterback, he's got 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing. On second down, has an empty backfield. Boo took off the gloves. Now to his left, escapes pressure, finds his man Tumulty. Tumulty out of bounds, has the first down. And, well, an efficient offense from St. Francis early on. A balanced attack, passing the ball, rushing the ball. Both about 70 yards total, have combined for close to 150 total yards already.
Yeah, and Tumulty's been a big reason why they've been able to move the ball, right? And he's been able to be agile, normally just a kick returner, but getting a lot of reps in the offense, and he's really making no mistake here today.
And he's got 2 catches now, not to mention, 3 catches plus a touchdown. And that's going to move the chains to the Judson 20. St. Francis, 2 receivers set to both sides. Tumulty in the slot at the bottom of your screen. 4-man rush. Boo escapes to his right. Finds his man, but unable to haul it in is Dezion Jordan.
Jalen Ware did a nice job on that play. Yes, he was a step behind, but he was aggressive in stepping in on that corner route to really limit the angle of the ball being caught there. Nicely done.
Yeah, very good tight coverage on the outside. That's something that this Judson defense has struggled with early on. Let's see if they made some adjustments as we are underway in the second quarter. Second down and 10. This St. Francis offense, again, not explosive, but efficient. Picking up third downs and not turning it over. Split backfield. Haley along with Boo. This time it's Boo on the keeper, up the gut, and he will coast his way into the end zone for 6, plus the spin of the football, and it's now 29-0 in favor of St. Francis.
Yeah, it was a really nice run up the middle, and Boo's really showing his promise here. I think he's going to be a really good quarterback for St. Francis here in the years to come. Just, an able-sized quarterback, being able to run with an explosive burst. He's shown some arm strength too. It's been really really fun to watch him play so far.
He sure is athletic. 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns for the freshman. The PAT up and through, and St. Francis now leads 30-0. We'll take another timeout here on the Eagles streaming network. When we return, it'll be Judson to receive another kickoff next here on Senior Day on the campus of Streamwood High School. Francis extends its lead here on Senior Day on the campus of Streamwood High School. The Fighting Saints on top of Judson. Early on in this one, 30-0. Judson able to get a stop on its opening series defensively, but since then, 4 consecutive touchdown drives for this St. Francis offense. What adjustments do you have to make if you're head coach Quentin Debs?
Well, I think you want to try to really force St. Francis to pass, but right now the Eagles aren't doing too much on defensively otherwise to make that happen.
Fair catch called for by Tyler Silverstrand, Derek DeVries. How often do you get the left tackle on special teams? But hey, it's Senior Day, and a nice haul in by DeVries. Definitely not a natural pass catcher. That's going to set Judson up at its own 25.
Marshawn Smith wanted that one and ran right into DeVries making that catch. It was interesting. As you're right, Jared, very interesting to see the left tackle make that grab, but he knew to fair catch it. He knew he wasn't going to try to run that out, and good on him for not letting his ego get in the way there.
We've seen quite a few different quarterbacks so far, 3 to be exact. It was Aiden Edwards to start, then Jaden Hubbard, and since John Odom, and it is still John Odom. Odom, along with Nigel Bruce in the backfield. Motion man is the fullback. The give to Bruce, and Bruce brought down by inside linebacker Alan Richards, gets a couple on first down. It's been a busy day today for these inside linebackers, Alan Richards and Kamon Reese, but give them credit. They have limited this Judson offense.
Yeah, it's Judson, again, having that one drive where they were able to move the ball pretty quickly, but of late, they aren't doing too much offensively here to do much here for the Eagles.
Second down and about 8. Odom back to Bruce to his left. Squirts through the defense, lowers his shoulder, and past the 30 before being tackled by Kamon Reese. Is going to set up 3rd and short. A strong run by Nigel Bruce.
Yeah, really strong run there. And as I've been saying early on, he's really emerged as the starting running back here with Brandon Mackey being out. And again, just using that extra level, it looks very solid here for the Judson running game.
Now 6 carries for 25 yards for Nigel Bruce. 3rd down and about 2. New set of receivers in today, too. First time we've seen Damon Mueller in the slot. He's at the top of your screen. 3rd down, give back to Bruce to his left. I don't think he got it. Kamon Reese again in on the stop. And wow, it's been a busy day for Kamon Reese.
They might have to bring out the chains on this one. This one's pretty darn close. I think you're right, Jared. I think oh, they gave him the first down. Wow. Seeing where the foot was of the half judge, it looked like it was inside of that line. The ball needed to get to the line for the 35-yard line, and, man, maybe the absolute nose of the football, but very interesting they didn't bring out the chains there.
A team-high 6 tackles now for Reese, but the St. Francis defense in more disbelief than anything after they gave Judson the first down. You're not going to hear Coach Demps complain, though.
No, absolutely. You take it if you're Judson.
Odom. Pitch to Bruce to his right. Tries to hop over a couple of guys, but cannot. A good job setting the edge there by Carson Hansen. He's going to bring up a loss on first down.
Yeah, there was a lot of flying bodies on a relatively simple run play there. Nigel Bruce does a good job. He gets tripped, and then you see the secondary trying to elude and not get hurt, and they also go up high. So a lot of action there for a no-gain run.
Jeremiah Malone now in the slot at the top of your screen at receiver. Haven't seen a pass play yet here on this drive. Let's see if we get one. 2nd down and 11. Game clock under 11 minutes. Play clock at 5. Judson down 30-0. Fans on their feet. Play fake. Odom finds his man. That is Malone. And Malone, before being tackled by Reese, gets very close to the marker. Is going to set up 3rd and short.
Yeah, Malone in the slot did a really good job of getting open and quickly staying open. And it was a bullet there that was found right there, and he was able to make that grab and get a few more yards. 3rd and short now.
Reese has been all over the field. 7 tackles now. 3rd and 2. The Eagles looking for their 2nd first down in the drive. Malone was at the top of your screen on the previous play. He's now at the bottom of your screen. Give to Odom to Bruce, and Bruce, I don't know if he got it this time, very close to the marker. Let's see where they mark him.
They had to get to the 45, and he's at the 46, so they are going to move the chains here. But a really nice job to get that second effort. I think there's a good reason why we weren't sure, is because it looked like Bruce was stopping behind, but getting that second effort, moving forward, getting the Eagles the first down here late in the second quarter.
Best offensive series so far for Judson. They've only been in St. Francis territory 1 time today. Can they make it 2? At the St. Francis 46, Malone goes from the right to the left. Bruce on the sweep to the right. Escapes for a moment, but cannot escape for long. It was Alan Richards setting the edge, and finishing the play is Robbie Thulsum.
Yeah, but a good job there by Bruce. That could have been a loss of 6, and after fighting through and ducking through some defenders, getting back just within a yard of the line of scrimmage, that's huge.
Sure is. We've seen 1 pass play on this drive. Let's see if we get another one. Odom today, 4 for 6 through the air, but has been picked off twice. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Bruce up the middle as a hole, still on his feet into Judson, into St. Francis territory. Gets all the way down to the 37, and he is going to pick up 20 yards on 2nd and long. The best play today from scrimmage.
Yes, he fought through the line, and Judson is getting a lot of success from running up the middle with Nigel Bruce. It's been really good to see here, especially on this drive.
A heck of a run by Nigel Bruce, who did not begin the year as the starter, but since Brandon Mackey went down has been RB1. 8:30 and ticking. Best field position today for Judson. They are at the St. Francis 36. 2 receivers to both sides. Mueller at the very bottom of your screen. It goes to Bruce to the right, to the 35. Cuts inside, brings a defender with him close to the 30. Wrapping him up was Matthew Perry. And another strong run by Nigel Bruce.
A lot of good blocking there, too. Even Jeremiah Malone leading the way on the right side. Always need your receivers to help blocking, too. And so far, Judson's making the most of the ground game on this drive.
2nd down and about 5. Game clock to 7 minutes and 30 seconds. This is the longest drive today for the Eagles, not only in terms of time, but in plays, too. This is the 10th play from scrimmage. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Here comes the backup running back, stumbling all the way towards the 20 is Marshawn Smith, who's getting some more action today.
Yeah, he was about a step away from really breaking that free. There's a triple there with the hand, and he knew it. He's like, if he broke that, he's probably off to the end zone.
That might have been the turf monster, as they say.
Yeah, there might have been some help there, too.
Close to the 20. A great methodical drive by Judson, working the clock and wearing down this St. Francis defense. Odom back to Smith. Smith keeps his feet churning and pushes forward past the 20 to about the 17 for a pickup of 3. And again, they found something on this drive. Give credit to offensive coordinator Byron Dawkins. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're running the ball efficiently, and they're going to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, there's a big opportunity here for Judson to get on the scoreboard. 2nd down and 6 or so. The ground game's worked, but you might have to get a chance to pass. Now you see 3 out wide for Eagles.
Damon Mueller at the bottom of your screen has been a tight end and a receiver this season. On the other side is Grant Alexander. Well off the line are the defensive backs. Nigel Bruce, 2nd down, waits patiently for the hole to open up and finds that hole and the 1st down. An excellent block by the fullback, Darius Beckham, sealing that hole for Nigel Bruce.
Yeah, and again, Nigel Bruce utilizing his blockers, moving up the field. He and Marshawn Smith doing a great job on this drive.
Play number 12 of the drive, play number 13 of the drive coming. This has been a 9+ minute drive, Austin.
It's been very effective, and this is exactly what Judson needed.
Nigel Bruce to the left. Can't escape. Taken down for a loss by Jared King. And this is going to bring up 3rd down and what I would think is a passing situation.
Yeah, it was unfortunate they were able to get a stop there, but Judson with a good idea, trying to now misdirect the run. And it's very difficult there for the Eagles to not get any positive yards.
3rd down and 10. St. Francis defense has bent, but they haven't quite been broken. Can Judson do that here? Odom with time, 3-man rush, has all day, over the middle of the field, nearly intercepted. Got 2 hands on the ball, was Tavion Wells, but he could not haul it in, and on 4th down, I think he got to go for it.
Yeah, Jeremiah Malone was just a step away from an easy touchdown grab, but the hands of the defense just get it. And yeah, as you mentioned, Jared, I think Judson's got to keep pushing, being forward-thinking on this offensive pull drive.
Empty formation. Play number 15 of the drive. This drive started at the Judson 25. Odom drops back, pressure in his face. Flags come flying. He chucks it to the end zone and way out of the end zone. But multiple flags. Let's see what the call is here.
And I think the second one might be a roughing the passer call, which would be huge to get Judson a new set of downs. Let's see what happens though.
Quite a few flags. I think 3, one at the initial snap and then one at the very end of the play, which usually means roughing the passer.
Yeah, I think it might the 2-2-2 on. I think we're going to look at offsides and we're going to look at roughing the passer here, but let's wait for the official announcement to be sure. But I think Judson's going to get a new set of downs.
Offside. Defense, number 95. That penalty will be a decline. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 22. That penalty will be, of course, half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
So Judson does get that important turn of the downs, and we'll try to keep this drive going and get some points here on the board.
And that is going to bring up first and goal for Judson. First time they've been inside the St. Francis 10-yard line. And this long drive continues. 15 plays over 9 minutes.
Yeah, it's been very good to see that. And you have a first and goal situation, trying to get the you see a couple receivers out wide. They had a couple good opportunities. Let's see if they can capitalize here.
Little wildcat action here. Nigel Bruce lined up as the quarterback, takes the snap to his right, still on his feet, turns his way inside the 5. Reading it was Curtis Reeves, but couldn't prevent him from moving forward. Is going to bring up second down and about 3.
Yeah, really good job there by Bruce and getting some help there from a few of his linemen on the right side. And a chance for Judson to be able to get on the board here with a touchdown.
Again, the wildcat formation almost looks like the brotherly shove formation that the Eagles run. Bruce this time goes nowhere. In on the tackle for the second consecutive play is Curtis Reeves, and it's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, really good defense there to limit Judson from moving the ball on the outside. And, you know, it's third down. Judson's been adamant in running the ball as they should be. But you wonder maybe we're looking past here with it being third down, about 5 to go.
John Odom, the quarterback, split out to the right. Wildcat again, and look who's in there, Austin, the big boy Josh Mason, the star nose tackle for this Eagles team. He's lined up behind the right tackle.
I love it.
Getting physical. To the right, Bruce, option, pitch, and it's down on the ground and picked up by the Fighting Saints. Not looking for the pitch at all was Darius Beckham, and on third down inside the 5, the Saints forced their 4th turnover today.
Yeah, Judson really, on that play, you saw Josh Mason trying to close the gap on the right side, but the linebacker got through, and Judson, with that pitch, the ball was dropped, and before you know it, it's a first down for St. Francis going the other way.
Carson Hansen with the scoop. That drive lasted over 10 minutes and 17 plays. And unfortunately, no points come out of it. That's a tough break for Judson. But with 3:17 to go, you got to think St. Francis is probably going to try and move this ball down the field before the end of the half. Carl Boo has 4 touchdowns today. Tumblety, the motion man. Instead, it goes to Boo on the keeper. Stiffs arm a man past the 25, 30, tiptoeing his way all the way out to the first down. Carl Boo picks up 10 on first down.
A really nice misdirection there. He faked the handoff, ran to the right side, and got some positive yards.
Carl Boo doing a little bit of everything today. He has got 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns in over 100-plus yards of total offense. And again, we're not even through the first half. 2:40 and ticking here in quarter number 2. St. Francis on top 30-0. 6 at the line of scrimmage for Judson. They rush 4. Boo with all sorts of time to his left. Checks it down. Finds Tumblety. Past the 45. A late flag comes in. Past midfield. Still on his feet to the Judson 40. He's got 25 yards, but is this coming back? Let's see.
the flag flew. It was kind of a weird spot for the flag to show up. It was right before the initial catch there. We'll see what the call is, but a very interesting play there as Allen kind of jumped away from the ball there.
Holding against the Judson defense is going to be declined, and that is going to be a pickup of 25. And the freshman Tumblety, with his 4th catch today, is going to bring up 1st and 10 from the Judson 40. Jared Schlensky alongside Austin Anderson. The clock does not stop until we get under the 2-minute mark following the first down, so the clock will roll as soon as the head official blows his whistle. Dezion Jordan at the bottom of your screen. He's got 1 touchdown today. Let's see if they go to him here. Tumblety, the motion man. Instead, it goes to the running back, Keenan Haley, but a flag comes in. Did we get some early movement? Let's see.
I'm thinking on the offensive side. Looks like there might have been some movement there.
Action. Offense. Number 67.
Early movement. The false start is going to bring St. Francis back 5 yards. And here comes 1st down and 15 with 2:06 to go here in quarter number 2. 2 receivers set to both sides. Jordan, the split end receiver at the bottom of your screen. Tumblety and the slot at the bottom of your screen. Boo with time. Steps up. Hit as he throws, and a wobbler. Picked off. And this time it's picked off by John Odom. Odom out to the St. Francis 40. And he is slow to get up following the pick. A nice job delivering the hit was defensive tackle Andrew Hawkins. And an even better job of Odom hauling it in and getting some return yardage on the play.
Really nice job by Darius Beckham there, reading that play and then being able to run for some positive yards on that interception.
1:42 to go in the first turnover now today by the St. Francis offense, and a huge stop. You needed that if you were Judson. You've allowed 4 consecutive touchdowns. There's no question you had to have that.
Yeah, there was a lot of good pressure on that play to force the bad throw. 1:42 left in the half. Judson again with another opportunity to try to get some yardage.
Let's see if the Eagles try to go to the air. Instead, we'll have to wait a timeout taken by Judson there first. We'll keep it here. Jared Schlensky alongside Austin Anderson. 4 turnovers for Judson. And now the first by St. Francis. Defenses have been opportunistic. When they've needed to make plays, they have. The question is, can Judson's offense take advantage?
Yeah, Judson has a good opportunity to really, move the ball here. You're at the 40-yard line. The one concern is that the offense that for Judson's been able to be successful so far has been through the running game. And in a 2-minute drill, that's not going to be really that possible. So let's see if Judson can get the passing game going here overall.
We haven't seen a whole lot in the passing game today. Again, 3 different quarterbacks have played. Aiden Edwards, John Odom, and Jordan Hubbard. But it's been mostly Odom so far today. It looks like Edwards is back in at quarterback, and he started the game. And he is it. Aiden Edwards, the transfer from Arkansas Tech. He threw a pick on the first series, and now Edwards, the lefty, rolls left. Hit hard around the 43, gets a couple of yards on first down.
Yeah, actually, Judson getting some opportunities for some of the other players. Jalen Ware getting some opportunity on that run.
That is not number 2. That's number 1, Jalen Ware, who also starts on defense.
I like some of the fun things that Judson's been doing here in the last game of the season.
Empty formation. Odom drops back. Throws to his left and nearly intercepted as that one hits the ground. Coverage on the outside by Matthew Perry.
Broken up by number 11.
Yeah, it was a very a lot of pressure there. Edwards had to throw quickly. Third down and 7. You need to probably go 4 or 5, 4 out, and and try to get some misdirection here to get some positive yardage here in a passing play. And Edwards is out again, if I'm reading my numbers correctly. So that's is that Odom again?
Yeah, that's Odom. On third down, rolls right. Pressure in his face, throws over the middle of the field, and caught in traffic. Wow, what a catch by Jeremiah Malone at the St. Francis 40-yard line. And with a minute 1, it should move the chains, but a flag is in the backfield.
I think it's going to be roughing the passer. That's what Judson's signaling here. There might have been Odom might have been whacked pretty hard there. And the ball's going to get moved even further
into double coverage, and Malone's still able to haul that in. Nice pitch and catch. And this is going to move up the Judson offense 15 extra yards following the roughing the passer play.
Automatic first down, 15-yard penalty. The pass number 22, Jeremiah Malone is good.
Yep, and now chance for Judson to moving the ball now inside nearing the 20-yard line. It was interesting that Edwards was in for one play and out, and I don't want to necessarily speculate, but in a lot of times, maybe there is some injury. You go out there, you see a play, no, I'm not feeling it, come right back out. I hope for the best there for Edwards, who's standing there on the sideline.
Split back formation, game clock is at exactly 1 minute. At the St. Francis 21, Judson looking to get on the board, down 30-0. Odom, play fake, pumps, now throws to his left. And incomplete. Was looking for Nigel Bruce. And good containment on the outside by Franskovich, who already has an interception today.
Yeah, and for Judson's sake, trying to get as much yards as possible here on this drive. St. Francis doing a good job moving the foot or containing the defense, but Judson moving the ball very well here early on in this drive.
Second down and 10. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Grant Alexander split out at the top of your screen. 4 down linemen for this St. Francis defense, who has still left its starting unit in. Why not? It's the last game of the year. And a late flag comes in. It looks like this is going to be early movement against Judson.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the Eagles... or timeout call before any infraction. Wow, Judson catches the break. Nicely done there.
We'll take a timeout with them. The second timeout used by Judson. When we return, it'll be second down and 10. Eagles down 30-0 here on the Eagles streaming network.
All facts, no fake. All gas, no break. I'ma do what it takes. All gas, no break. All facts, no fake. All gas, no break. I'ma do what it takes. All gas, no break. All facts, no fake. All gas, no break. I'ma do what it takes. I'ma do what it takes. I'ma do what it. I'ma do what it takes. I'ma do what it takes. I'ma do what it. I'ma do what it takes. I'ma do what it takes. I'ma do what it. I'ma do what it takes. I'ma do what it takes. I'ma do what it. I'ma do what it takes. Yeah. Look, I gotta do what it takes. You're never gonna break me. Never gonna shake me.
Second down and long here for Judson. 54 seconds to go. Odom to the end zone. Intercepted. Jalen Cooper with his second pick. They were looking for the man on the outside, Grant Alexander, on the up and out. Jalen Cooper read it all the way.
How about
and
Cooper?
Picks him off right before the end of the half.
How about Cooper? A whale of a game, right? You have the 2 picks and the 2 2-point conversion plays. I mean, that's a fun day, yet alone a half. That's well done.
The ball is at the St. Francis 1, so now if you're the Eagles, if you can get a safety, that would just be huge to get you some momentum going into the half.
Defense, number 5. That penalty would be enforced half the distance to the goal. First down, St. Francis. That is number 5's first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
Unsportsmanlike called it against Cooper, is going to move it from the 1 to the half-yard line. Not much of a difference. But I would imagine we're going to see about 3 runs here for St. Francis, and they'll probably be content going to the half up 30-0.
Well, if I'm Judson, I bring the house. Why not try to get on the scoreboard from the defensive side of things here, right? So, you get an opportunity, for St. Francis here. They're going to want to push forward on a running play. Judson, bring the house, right? You get one little mismanagement on a run, and it might be 2 points for the Eagles.
It's a really good point, Austin. Let's see what they draw up here on first down from the half-yard line. Split back formation. Boo gives to Gavin Day, the freshman. He's going backwards and pushed out of bounds. And if that's holding in the end zone, that's a safety.
The ref just moved the flag out just a half a yard, just to make sure people would don't get. I hope the same thing, Jared, but I think it's going to be even another half inch of the goal yet again.
Let's see what the penalty is here. What was a really quick moving quarter to begin has come to be a very slow moving quarter to end.
Offense, number 66. Passing this into the goal.
Oh, wow. It happened inside the goal line. So now you're at the quarter-inch yard line? You went from the half to the quarter-inch?
Yeah, you got to start taking a ruler out too as I make some of these calls. But yeah, it's tight there. Judson's got to bring the house, right? Really trying to make an opportunity here to get on the scoreboard.
Yep. Back to 3.
We'll replay first down with 41.4 seconds. St. Francis on top 30-0. Judson looking for the safety here to close out the half. Quarterback dive pushes the Saints forward. Judson does have one timeout. Let's see if they use it. They do. So St. Francis has to snap the ball at least one more time before the half.
Yeah.
Timeout, Judson. That's their third and final timeout of the half.
Yeah, not a bad idea for Judson, but to use that timeout, make them snap it one more time. But really, they got to bring the house here, or else the half's going to expire.
And what was a promising couple of drives at the end of the second quarter, ultimately just turnovers inside the goal line, the fumble at the 3 and the pick at the 1. And, well, turnovers, anytime you're close to your opposing team's end line, just isn't going to do you any favors.
No, it's not. And that's a couple times now where the Eagles have been able to get the ball inside of the 20 and, make those turnovers. And before you know it, it's unfortunate that, it's happened this way, but Judson's has some promising life on offense. Their defense has been sure in some scenarios, but here for Judson, now it's probably going to be the last snap of the half here unless Judson can make something happen. But even, look at Carl Booth. Yes, he only has 95 passing yards, but 2 touchdowns, 64 rushing yards. I mean, it's been a solid game for him, and then even Joey Tumulty really with him solid receiving with 4 receptions for 60 yards. Looking at Nigel Bruce, 17 rushes, 43 yards. Yes, it's not the best clip, but he's had some long runs, including a 19-yarder.
And now St. Francis is going to take a timeout. They just want to make sure they are on the same page here to close out the half again, backed up inside their own 1-yard line. But you talk about the longest lasting 60 seconds on the game clock. This is it right here.
Yeah, it's you have the resources to use the gamemanship there for both sides. If this is in the middle of the field, the half will be over, right? Just because there's pins so far back that Judson is going to try to get something out of this. But the most likely reality is that as long as St. Francis, because you can theoretically now you have like 3 yards of room, right? And Judson's out of timeouts. A knee, if the quarterback's directly under center, he should be able to knee with no problem. So That's going to be the likely outcome here of what, yeah, and you can see the formation is very tight here for this knee play.
I mean, all you got to do is get positive yardage going forward. You have to execute the exchange. And a knee taken, and that will now end the quarter, at least should end the quarter. And it is the end of quarter number 2. St. Francis on top 30-0. We're going to take a halftime break. When we return, it'll be right around the start of the second half. Jared Schlensky alongside Austin Anderson. Looking forward to an exciting second half when we return here on the Eagles Streaming Network.
the victory's on the line, you can't. If I want it, you know it's mine, don't try to. I'm eating that crunch time, you'll never. You can't. When the victory's on the line, you can't. If I want it, you know it's mine, don't try to. I'm eating that crunch time, you'll never. You can't. When the victory's on the line, you can't. If I want it, you know it's mine, don't try to. I'm eating that crunch time, you'll never. You can't. When the victory's on the line, you can't. If I want it, you know it's mine, don't try to. I'm eating that crunch time, you'll never. You can't. When the victory's on the line, you can't. If I want it, you know it's mine, don't try to. I'm eating that crunch time, you'll never. You can't. When the victory's on the line, you can't. If I want it, you know it's mine, don't try to. I'm eating that crunch time, you'll never. You can't.
The start of the second half is moments away here on the Judson Eagles streaming network. Jared Schlinsky alongside Austin Anderson. It's been all St. Francis in this one from Millennium Field on the campus of Streamwood High School. But it didn't look like that from the get-go. The Judson defense able to hold St. Francis to a punt, but then 4 consecutive touchdowns on 4 consecutive drives. And Judson, who's been able to get inside the 10 twice, just has not been able to punch it in for any points.
Yeah, they, between the 20s, the offense in the last quarter was very efficient. But especially with the run game, But once the tail was need to be tested, they weren't able to get things going, and before you know it, it became a pretty big turnover situation for St. Francis. They really are dominating in that category. Looking at some of the team statistics so far here in the first half, you see just a lot of things that are going St. Francis's way. Look at the interceptions that were in that half. Just really, St. Francis really dominating overall. 4 picks for Judson in that first half and the fumble. So 5 turnovers in that first half. Judson's going to try to improve on that here in the second half.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth. Turnovers, that was the big difference. St. Francis, 1 turnover. Judson, 4. 3 interceptions and a fumble. That's been the difference in this one. And Judson, unfortunately, not unable to capitalize on the turnover they forced. It's just been too many costly turnovers, especially in St. Francis territory, that's led to this 30-0 deficit. Here is Jeremiah Malone from his own end zone, brings it out, still on his feet, all the way close to the 40-yard line. And a good start here for Judson to begin the second half.
Yeah, Malone with really a sneaky good game so far, right? He had a couple of receptions in the middle of the field, and now this kick return. He saw space and just was juking players, and unfortunately gets caught up eventually, but a really good start for Judson field position-wise. Off the kickoff, this is the best field position that they've had.
It does look like the starting unit is still out for St. Francis. Wasn't sure what to expect with a 30-0 halftime lead. It is the last game of the season, last game probably for the seniors ever, so why not let them play as much as possible? As for Judson, they've gone with 3 quarterbacks so far today, starting with Aiden Edwards, but it's been John Odom most of the way since. Odom in at quarterback gives to Nigel Bruce on first down, and Bruce rumbles forward for a couple before being tackled by the senior nose tackle, Michael Johnson. Nigel Bruce, a productive first half, 17 carries, 43 yards. They did run that option from the 3. His pitch was not caught by his fullback, David Mitchell, and unfortunately that led to a costly turnover.
Yeah, Judson, again, there's just a couple of key plays down the stretch where they get tough inside the 20, but again, another good start here to this drive.
The worst break has been the turnovers. 4 picks and a fumble. Let's see if they can limit that here in the second half. Nigel Bruce again on second down, pushes forward close to midfield, wrapped up by Matthew Perry, and it's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, a lot of good effort from the line, and that's not good seeing Nigel Bruce on the ground for Judson, but a lot of good effort for Judson in the trenches, really opening up space. And getting some positive yards, and even people like Marshawn Smith, who's coming in now for Nigel Bruce, he's gotten some positive yards in the running game as well.
Nigel Bruce shaken up on the play. We're going to take a timeout due to the injury. When we return, it'll bring up third down. Judson threatening, though, here to begin the second half, close to midfield. St. Francis 30, Judson nothing. We return shortly here on the Eagle Streaming Network. Third down, and Nigel Bruce injured on the following play. Will have to sit out at least one play. Looks like a leg injury, and Bruce had to be carried off the field. Can only hope he is okay. As we resume action here in quarter number 3, Judson down 30-0. Odom gives to the freshman Smith, and Smith, unable to get the first down, is going to bring up fourth down. And we've seen Marshawn Smith get a lot more touches today than he had in the previous games. And, Marshawn Smith trying to make the most of the opportunity. Might get the rest of the carries the rest of the way.
Yeah, that was really weird, the progression. They signaled the first down, and then they said, no, it's fourth. And then they decided, okay, we're going to move the chains again. So it must have been right on the line to gain, and Judson gets a new set of downs.
Wow. Marshawn Smith picks up the first down, so I'm wrong. And back in the backfield for what is play number 4 of this drive. Smith stumbles and is hit for a loss. A powerful hit by Carson Hansen as Marshawn Smith goes nowhere.
Yeah, and looking at that run, Smith had the right idea, but initially just slipping down, decided he wanted to go up the middle, and just some really good defense there for the St. Francis Fighting Saints.
Game clock under 12 minutes and 30 seconds, and if you remember the drive that was the best for Judson today, they took off nearly 10 minutes on the clock, 15 plays, and got all the way down to the St. Francis 3 after starting at their own 25. Unfortunately, a fumble resulted in no points. Let's see if this drive, which started at the 25, can move the chains here. First time today we've called the name of Silvio Ciclet II, and he gets, Ayan Ibar, and he gets about 4. 2 number 36s on the roster. This one is Ayan Ibar who gets positive yardage.
Yeah, and Judson going to now try to see who they can fill in that gap, right? You're down to your top 2 running backs. I mean, now we're going back to Jalen Ware also in the backfield again as well. So Judson just trying to be creative of who they can outsource that running game to.
At the bottom of your screen is Grant Alexander. He's been targeted but has yet to make a catch. Odom to his left, throws on the move, tipped, and hits the turf. He was looking for Jeremiah Malone, and excellent coverage by Tavion Wells, who nearly had a pick earlier today.
It looks like that J.R. Vallis, the lineman, is currently hurt on the field, but looking back at that replay, Malone was right about there, but the defense of St. Francis was able to make a play there. It looks like Derek DeVries actually was hurt. He's going to limp off to the sideline.
Judson, looking for its first one of the season, have already lost to St. Francis earlier this year. That was in Joliet less than a month ago, 56-26. A rarity. You get a rematch in college football, but with Trinity International dropping its program, these two teams were down a team, and, well, the only logical solution was for them to play each other twice. Late flag comes in. The punt from Ian Wiggin is a good one, bouncing at the 30, all the way down to the 25 and close to the 20. And at the 21 is where St. Francis will go to work on offense.
Yeah, really good punt there. Judson opting there to go with the sky-high punt there from Donovan Vance of Oliveira, and he was able to get it to go. And again, that's a really big shifting of the field position situation, but there is a flag. You wonder if Judson, if you get 5 yards here, right? Let's say this is a 5-yard infraction. You get this down to the 43, right? And then it's a 4th and 2. Do you go for it at that point, which it looks like they might consider?
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you. I think you would go for it. It looks like the penalty is going to be on Judson, and as a result, it'd just be 5 yards from where they last spotted the football.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. They let the play run, but yeah, it is a formation penalty on Judson. But yeah, and defensively, let's see what Judson can do here, right? You're having Jalen Ware kind of run 2 different ways here. We're going to see what happens here on this drive. They are going to opt to re-kick. I thought he said that. I thought he said that they were going to take it 5 yards from the end of the run, but I guess they are going to re-kick it.
And with just over 11 minutes, we will get a redo, essentially. A punt from Ian Wiggin that moves moves Judson 5 yards back. Just over 11 minutes in the third. It's been all St. Francis. The turnover tour from the Fighting Saints. 4 picks and a forced fumble. Unfortunately, Judson, they've moved the ball a couple times, gotten inside the 10 twice, just have not been able to get any points out of it. Ian Wiggins stands just in front of his own 30. St. Francis crowds the line. The punt, nearly blocked, is on its way out of bounds. And, well, this is going to be much better starting field position for St. Francis than the previous play, which did not have the penalty. So a good decision to decline that penalty and go to work from the 30.
Yeah, they get about 5 or 6 yards ahead. I mean, every yard makes a difference. So Judson defensive, let's see if they can go to work. They had some really good series late in the first half, an interception. Let's see if they're able to stop St. Francis here at the start of the third.
Jared Schlensky alongside Austin Anderson. It's the final regular season game. Neither of these two teams heading to the playoffs, but next week is the start of the NAIA postseason, and, well, I expect to see a good showing from the MSFA. Motion man is a new quarterback is in. Tumulty to the 35 is pushed out after a couple of yards. Or no, that is Carl Booth still, but the MSFA, one of the best conferences in all of NAIA football, and it'll be interesting to see who exactly is in the postseason out of the MSFA.
Yeah, and it's gonna. There's always a really strong conference in the MSFA, and now you're looking at a couple of teams in the Midwest Division in Roosevelt and St. Ambrose leaving the conference next year, and that's going to be something interesting to watch. From what I'm hearing, Indiana Wesleyan sounds like the favorite to hop over to the Midwest section if they do so choose so, and that'll make things interesting in the competitive balance in the West Division.
Boo to his right, past the 40 to the 45, nearly out of bounds at midfield, turns something into nothing. Yeah, Roosevelt is transitioning to Division II football, and St. Ambrose, they were kind of the surprise transfer. They are leaving the conference entirely, and I believe still staying in the NAIA spectrum.
Yeah, they're heading to the heart of America in football, and from a geographical standpoint, that makes some sense. But the MSFA has already lost a few teams overall in their schedule. And, Missouri Baptist, being one of those schools, some of those teams choosing to play more of a centralized schedule. So the MSFA is trying to get some more teams, but it's been a difficult ride for them here the last few years.
Bryce Harry sniffed that one out perfectly. Did not bite on the jet sweep to Tumulty. Carl Boo kept, and he met Bryce Harry, who picks up his second tackle for loss today. And that's, the transition from DN to linebacker can't be easy, but Harry's made it look relatively easy this season.
Yeah, and sometimes you're just that athletic, you can make those changes, right? And it's a thing where, you see a lot of talent in player, and the coach makes that identification, and it makes a lot of sense for doing it. So
Keenan Haley switches sides in the backfield now on the left hip of Carl Boo. Judson shows coverage. Boo in trouble, is sacked. Josh Mason, the big boy who we saw line up at fullback earlier today, picks up his first sack today, and what an impact he's had on this program the last couple of years.
Yeah, you can't think of someone who's been more of a stalwart to the program than Josh Mason, not only on the field but off the field. And from hearing with Coach Demps and talking with him over the years, just seeing the maturity in Josh Mason throughout his time at Judson has been great to see, both on and off the field. So really good, glad for him on senior day. He gets a contribution with the sack.
Desion Jordan at the bottom of your screen. Joey Tumulty in the slot at the bottom of your screen. Both have touchdowns today. Carl Boo on 3rd and long. Has time. Steps up and meets Bryce Harry. Harry with his first sack, his 3rd tackle for loss, and the Judson defense comes up big to force the punt.
Big play by Bryce Harry, and it's been really good to see that the pressure in the passing defense, for the most part today, has been really solid. It's been the running game that's really been hurting Judson overall, and they have the one passing touchdown on the left side, but I like what I see in the pass coverage, and it could be something that we could look at here in years to come as a key for their offense.
This is a rarity. We haven't seen a whole lot of punts today, but here comes the punting unit for the St. Francis Fighting Saints. It's Brian Mayday who gets off a pretty good punt. This one hauled in just outside the 20 by
17,
Jordan Ross, and he does not get far, and that is where the Judson offense will go to work for its second series of the second half.
Yeah, good punt. Really, the special teams coverage has kind of been an unsung hero for St. Francis today, right? Now, Judson not getting many return yards except for the Malone kick return on that one situation. But besides that, it's pretty much been all, in terms of coverage, St. Francis has not let Judson really flip the field.
Couple of sacks on that drive, too. Haven't seen a whole lot of quarterback sacks. Josh Mason and Bryce Heary come through to force the punt. Now let's see what Judson's offense can do. A combination of the first unit and second unit in for St. Francis. Give goes to
Jalen Ware.
Jalen Ware, who goes both ways past the 30, and he gets about 8 yards.
Yeah, he gets some sound. I mean, he's really agile, right? He makes a lot of unique defensive plays. You know, he's kind of really been effective in that regard. And let's see if he can really lead the running game here for Judson here in this third quarter.
Give him 10 yards and a first down. John Odom takes the snap. Again, Ware reverses field, gets a block from his quarterback, but cannot escape Jared King.
King's had a monster day, too, an interception and a couple of hard hits. As you can see on that replay, he just got the shoulder into him and made sure he wasn't going anywhere.
We're halfway through the third quarter. All the scoring in this one was in the first half. St. Francis scored on 4 consecutive drives and 2 two-point conversions, which was weird. We saw them go for 2 and then not go for 2, and it's given them a 30-0 lead. Beautiful day here from Millennium Field. Second down. Odom steps up and is tripped up from behind. That was Carson Hansen, who's been busy on the afternoon. And here comes third down.
He had the right idea to step up. He saw what the defense was giving him, and he stepped up to try to make something out of it. But really good chase down defense by St. Francis to really limit Judson's opportunities there.
St. Francis in the yellow and brown. Judson with the home whites and the gold. Final game of the year. Judson looking to come from behind to pick up their first win. They're 0-8 this season. Odom to his left. Squares his shoulders and slings it out of bounds. Was looking for his man, Damon Mueller, but nothing there. Makes the right decision, throws it out of bounds, and instead of a pick, you're forced to punt.
Yeah, and sometimes you're just limited in your opportunities here, and Judson did not get much there. And you know, now they're back in punt formation. St. Francis is going to get really good field position here once again.
Back to return for St. Francis stands Joey Tumulty at his own 33. Wiggins corrals the punt and gets off a pretty good one, end over end. Tumulty to his right, dashes to the 40, 45, now 50, reverses field. He's got all sorts of green ahead of him. Still on his feet to the 40, 35, 30, down the sideline, is spun out of bounds inside the 20, and Tumulty, who is so dynamic as a returner, shows off how dynamic he is there with a return of over 40 yards. To go from right to left and only get touched once you get to the sideline just shows you how elusive he is. And the scary thing is, Austin, he's only a freshman.
Yeah, he only is, and there's a lot of youth on this team. And the last time these two teams played, it was all freshmen who were able to get in the score. And so, you know, Judson is St. Francis in a position where they can bring that youth and continue to be successful in the years to come.
St. Francis officially is going to go to work from the Judson 18. The return for 45 yards exactly. It's Carl Boo along with the number 2 running back Gavin Day, the freshman. 2 freshmen in the backfield, another freshman in motion. That's Tumulty. Day to the right. Lunges forward to the 15 before being met by, it was Malik Gordon, it looked like. And not a whole lot there on first down as Judson's defense looking to come through with the stop.
Yeah, good contained defense there, limiting the opportunities here for St. Francis here in the middle of the third quarter.
4:45 to go. We are in the third quarter. Neither team has scored in the second half. St. Francis with 30 points. Judson 0. A new running back today. First time we've seen James Williams in there. Next to Carl Boo.
And he's a built man. He a lot of muscle and height in that running back. not often do you see the running back being clearly a taller and stronger player than the quarterback, but in this case he is.
And a timeout taken by St. Francis. We'll take one with them. 4:23 to go in the third. When we return, it'll be second down and about 6 for the St. Francis Fighting Saints. Quick 30-second timeout for St. Francis, and they're ready to go to work. Second down and 6 at the Judson 15. Bew drops back to his left, slings it, and finds his man in the corner for 6. But a flag is down. Is it offensive pass interference against Dezion Jordan? We'll have to wait and see. I thought maybe he pushed off.
That's what the Judson sideline's thinking, and I think that's why St. Francis isn't getting too excited here.
Let's see. Against Jordan, yeah. It was good coverage on the outside. There was the safety over the top and the corner in for Judson, but ultimately Jordan, in order to create separation, did extend with his hand, and this is going to bring St. Francis back 10 yards. So now it's 2nd and 15 following the offensive pass interference. And I'll tell you what, that was maybe the best throw all day today from Bew. That was a beautiful throw from the far hash to the near side sideline.
Yeah, they haven't been throwing the ball too much, but the few times that they have converted, it's been really pretty to see. In that case, it did not count, but Judson needs to really play well here defensively here to try to limit St. Francis from scoring again.
At the Judson 31, Bew with time steps up to his left, looking for Jordan. Did he bobble it? He did. He had him, he led him, but Jordan initially bobbled it and ran out of room, going out of bounds beyond the end zone, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long again.
Yeah, it was not a bad idea to go deep once again. You beat him once, trying to do the same thing. It's a very long third down, so with it being 3rd and 20, you can see a Judson secondary, even their linebackers are several yards off the line of scrimmage.
I'm curious now, if you're St. Francis, you're up 30-0. You haven't attempted a field goal yet today. Do you maybe just run the ball and try to set up a more manageable field goal, or do you take a shot for 6?
Right now it's 47 yards, which is doable, but not a freebie. You know, it might be good to get a few more yards. I like your thinking, Jared.
3rd and 15. Bew to his right. Throws on the move, and looking for the tight end, Getch. Slings it out of bounds, and this is going to bring up 4th down, and if Mayday is going to kick, this is going to be his season long. He did hit from 43 earlier, and is 5 for 8 this season on field goal attempts, but by no means, like you said, is this a guarantee.
No, it's not, and Ryan Ote making a big hustle. Actually got a hand on that last pass from several yards out. It's a good defense by him, but yeah, you're looking at a 48-yarder right now.
48 yards. A returner is back for Judson in case this ball is short of the field goal post. And the kick is wide right. It had the distance, but he pushed it to the right. And it looked like back there for Judson was John Odom, who has a pick already today.
Yeah, good effort there on the kick, just a little bit wide right, and Judson's going to basically get the ball in pretty good field position at the 30.
Take a timeout here on the Judson Eagles Network. When we return, we'll be ready to resume 3rd quarter play. Judson to go to work from their own 31, looking for their first points today. Trail 30-0. Odom gives to the running back, Marshawn Smith, who looks like he's going to get the most of the carries the majority of the way now with Nigel Bruce getting injured. And while Smith has been productive in the ground game today, not a whole ton of action, 6 carries for about 23 yards. He's a good one.
Yeah, a lot of good effort there from St. Francis defensively. But I am excited to see Marshawn Smith get a bigger load here. As being an underclassman running back, he's going to have some opportunities when Brandon Mackey and Nigel Bruce graduate and move on. So it's going to be interesting to see here in the coming weeks how that's going to work here.
Second down. Odom escapes the blitz to his right. Chooses not to throw it and gets pushed out of bounds around the original line of scrimmage. It looked like he had Malone open for a moment, but elected not to pull the trigger.
Yeah, it was electing not to throw. It's probably the wise decision. He was able to elude the one defender and really make a good job of getting closer to that initial line of scrimmage, but it's still going to be third down very long for Judson. The passing game is probably going to be used here.
Let's see what happens here on third down. Game clock rolls under the 3-minute mark. Starting unit in for the most part for St. Francis, not the entire unit. Pressure comes. Odom cannot escape. Ball comes out. And it looks like it is St. Francis football. It was knocked out by Pat Stroccia, and he picks it up. Yeah. So he forces the fumble and then recovers the fumble.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that happened there for Odom. But, yeah, it was just a quick strip and a quick recovery. And Judson having no one in the pile, it turns out to be St. Francis' ball pretty quickly.
The 6th turnover today for the Judson Eagles. 2 fumbles and 4 interceptions. You're not going to win many games when you're losing the turnover ratio like that.
No, you aren't. And it's frustrating, I'm sure, for Judson. But, at the end of the day, they're gonna try to look at from this season, improve. Looking at next year, you have some of these true freshmen that are going to be sophomores, right? The largest football class in school history of over 130 students on the team this year. Hoping for similar numbers and try to get a little more success next season.
Split back formation. Carl Bew, the freshman, keeps up to the 20 for a strong pickup on first down. And now in the backfield for the first time is James Zillinger for the Fighting Saints.
Second down.
You wonder if St. Francis is going to start putting some backup, get some other players into this game. You think they score one more time, that'll probably be more likely. Judson, kind of been spreading the wealth throughout the entire game. That's been cool to kind of see some players play some different positions and get some numerous opportunities.
Now Zillinger with his first touch, and the speedy, shifty Zillinger gets a couple before being met by, it looked like, Andre Hawkins.
Yeah, a lot of good. St. Francis, again, moving the ball in this drive ever so slowly and carefully, getting positive yardage on most plays here. Third down and short, and getting that key fumble here to start that drive.
3 down linemen. 3 inside the tackle box. Bew rolls right. With time, takes a shot to the end zone. Too far out of reach of Tumulty. And that is going to bring up 4th down and what I would assume is another field goal attempt for Mayday.
Yeah, Bew, not a bad throw, just a little long. And even as fast as Tumulty is, he can't make that play. And Bew hasn't left the field yet. This might be a 4th and short where they go for it after maybe seeing how that last field goal kick went.
Let's see. It's 4th and about 4 with 1 minute and 27 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And the offense is going to stay on the field. Split back formation. Tumulty split out to the top of your screen on the right. Snap to Bew to his left. He's in trouble. Throws. End zone shot. Did he get a foot down? No. A great effort by the tight end Getch, but he could not drag a foot in bounds, and that is going to be a turnover on downs.
Great effort to throw off your back foot like that. The ball just being a couple feet out of bounds. It's a big break for Judson, but really good effort there by Bew.
Jared Schlensky alongside Austin Anderson. The big scoring in this game was really the first quarter. 23 of St. Francis's 30 points were in the first, and since then, only 7 points have been scored. Judson's biggest threat of scoring was on 2 separate drives in the second quarter where they got inside the St. Francis 10. Marshawn Smith bent a little awkwardly on first down, gets a couple of yards on first down.
Well, not even just 23 points in one quarter, 23 points in 5 minutes. It was three very quick drives, turnovers leading to quick scores for St. Francis, and let's get that replay. Marshawn Smith getting some yardage, but still a little short there of the line to gain.
Two receivers at the top of your screen, split outside the numbers, is Damon Mueller. Bew claps his hands, gets the snap. Pressure comes from the outside, and he is brought down. Andre Hawkins, along with Curtis Reeves, bring down Odom, and that's going to bring up third down and probably bring us to the end of the quarter.
Yeah, the blitz from Matthew Perry started the whole thing, and before you know it, there was a little bit of action there on that sack, and as he mentioned, it's going to be that probably will be the last play of the quarter. Judson seems content to take it to the fourth here.
Curtis Reeves finishes it off. We've played 3 quarters today. St. Francis still on top, 30-0. We'll switch sides of the field, and then 1 quarter left of action for the remainder of the 2023 football season.
As we celebrate Veterans Day, special recognition to offensive lineman Tyler Silverstein, United States Marine Corps. Thank you for your service. Defensive line coach, Executive Director, Football Operations, Stephen Good. United States Firemen, thank you for your service.
Fourth quarter action is underway here at Millennium Field on the campus of Streamwood High School, also the home of the Judson Eagles football program. Judson down 30-0, looking to close out the season on a high note. Third down and long for John Odom. Takes the snap, knee high. To his left, he looks, steps up, chucks it deep, and finds his man, Damon Mueller, past the 40 and then some. A great job by Odom putting that ball over the head of not one but 2 St. Francis DBs and finding Mueller for his first catch today.
I think Judson's putting some stock in Odom for future consideration for next year. I mean, he is, when he's able to get time and experience to be able to throw that ball, he's looked pretty solid.
A pickup of over 20 yards on third down. Desmond Hill-Thomas in along with John Odom. Odom drops back, 3-man rush. Trying to avoid pressure, steps up. He's got a little crease, gets a hold from Thomas, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. A good job there, just evading the pressure.
John Odom, push out of bounds.
Yeah, it's Yeah, it's been a game for Judson where they've been able to they have to persevere. They haven't been able to put any points on the board yet, but again, senior day, trying to get some opportunities to be able to score. So it's going to be a difficult road here for Judson to try to get back in this game here in the fourth.
Trips to the far side. Mueller split out at the bottom of your screen is by himself. Play fake over the middle finds the tight end Jeff Delaney, and Delaney to the 45 gets about 5 yards.
Yeah, it's been a really good drive here for Judson in the passing game. Mueller going to catch it, and Judson is, the passing game's been slight and ever so, a little bit here, but they're nearing midfield and trying to build an opportunity to score some points.
Clock rolls under 13 minutes. The play clock has gotten restarted, so they've got a fresh 25 to go if they want to use it. Eagles go quick. Odom steps up. Now to his right. Pump fakes and is wrapped up from behind right around midfield by Marcelo Bernardi.
Yeah, it was a good read there by Odom. You realize, hey, I'm not going to be able to get this pass off. Why don't I start running? And, it gave Judson a fourth and very manageable. They're going to keep the offense on rightly so here. Jalen Ware also going to be in the backfield here for this play.
Deacon Hill Thomas along with the quarterback, John Odom, on fourth down. Judson needs about 3 yards. What do you draw up here?
And I'm not sure they're going to get the snap off due to the play clock. They just got a timeout off, which is fortunate.
Harrison Hanna, who's also listed as a quarterback, in there too. And, we'll keep it here with the timeout. And it's been an up and down season offensively for these Eagles. But if you're Jesse Booten, I think you've got to be overall pleased with what you've seen from Odom, considering he was not expected to really play today.
Yeah, he's really been able to keep the offense to be cohesive. Now, there's been, deep in their field of, deep inside of the defensive side of the field, the Judson hasn't been able to convert. But, there's been some key opportunities for Odom to succeed, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that could turn up to be successful here in the future drives.
Fourth down and about 2 for the Judson Eagles with 12:02 to go here in the third. Jared Schlinsky alongside Austin Anderson. We've brought you each and every Judson home game this season in Austin. Well, how weird has it been? You start off with 3 home games in the first 4 weeks, and then, you're not home until, week 9? Week 8?
And you lose the opponent on the schedule, too, which doesn't help. So, you're down to 9 games. And, it's been a really weird season. Obviously it's going to be as goose egg and wins in the first year of the new regime. But, I think there's a lot of optimism in the next year's future games to come. Because
Hannah Howard patiently waits, and he may have gotten the first down. Let's see.
Yeah, and to continue on with my point, Jared, you lose from your schedule. You lose Trinity International due to its closure. You lose Missouri Baptist due to switching conferences, and you lose Madonna because you don't play cross-conference. Those are the 3 games that the Eagles have been competitive in yearly. It's very tough. They haven't played a single team that hasn't been really successful on the football field, and that's going to be difficult for still a budding new program. Football is not like college football is not like baseball, where you can build or even I guess hockey would be a good example, where you can just build an expansion team and all of a sudden you just win. It takes a lot of time to build a program with a lot of success, and I think Judson's making the right moves, but it's just still going to take time to really get to a point where they're going to be really successful.
Game clock is down to 11:30, but the play clock is now rolling, and that's because it's a penalty against the Judson Eagles.
And they call it delay a game, which is interesting because the play clock seemed to have not been there, so they have to reset things here. First and long. Judson have to reset things offensively here.
The last time these two teams played, it was cold and rainy. Today, well, it's not warm, but it's sunny in the 50s. Odom over the middle, takes a deep shot, finds Mueller, his second catch inside the 30, all the way down to the 20. And wow, have they found something here with Mueller.
Yeah, he seems to be a target. It's going to be a go-to here. And what a strike right over the middle. Perfect spiral. Oh, no. There's
what a heartbreaker. Biggest play today in the passing game is going to be negated by holding. I didn't see that flag. That was late until you pointed that out.
Yeah, it was very late. You looked back, and unfortunately, Judson's going to be the victims of that call.
That's too bad because that was a heck of a read, a heck of a throw, and a heck of a run after the catch.
It was, but, it's the game of football. Sometimes, when it rains, it pours, and you have to persevere in the middle of it.
Well said, well said. So instead of a first down pickup, it's going to bring up first and forever. Close to 20 yards. Odom awaits. Pressure comes. Five-man rush. He throws on the move, and his receiver slipped on the outside. That was Harrison Hanna.
Yeah, and you could see there's, Jalen Ware trying to get open, and unfortunately it was, he fell down and not able to make that reception. Here's the full-on replay. Good pressure. And Ware just lost his footing. It was a little underthrown, so he was trying to recover quickly and just couldn't.
Second and long. Combination of seniors in the first unit still in for St. Francis. Odom with time. Steps up. Evades the rush to the 45. Lunges forward to about the 42nd as he was brought down by Jared King. And a player down for St. Francis. Looks to be the right tackle for the Saints, and that was Bryden Miller. We'll take a timeout due to the injury. When we return, it'll bring up third down. No scoring since the second quarter. Still St. Francis 30, Judson nothing. We'll be back here on the Eagles Network. Can only hope Bryden Miller is okay as a swarm of injuries have hit Judson on the afternoon. But give this team credit, fighting to the end. They trail 30-0. Third down and about 17. The Eagles need to get to the St. Francis 38. John Odom, who was the third quarterback to play in this one, has played every snap since he entered the game at the quarterback position. Five-man rush. Odom can't escape a delayed blitz and a good sack by Carson Hansen, the redshirt freshman.
Yeah, and you see there just wasn't not much room for Odom. He looked downfield, good coverage, and the Eagles are going to have to punt since it's fourth and very long. And the return is at least going to shift fields here for St. Francis here heading down to the last 10 minutes.
And here comes Josh Mason onto the field. I'll tell you what, this guy can do everything. Defensive tackle, fullback, and now he's in on punt block. It's been really fun watching him play the last couple of seasons.
Oh, yeah. He's been really a star for Judson. It's been fun to watch. You're right.
For a guy his size, can really move. Low snap, picked up by Wiggins. Tumulty calls it in at the 30. He's already got a return of 45 yards. Still on his feet, has 10 yards to the 40. 45, trying to weave his way through, pushes past midfield to the Judson 49 and a pickup of close to 20 yards as this elusive freshman does it again here in the return game.
Yeah, Tumulty's been really elusive throughout the entire game in numerous facets. 9 minutes left, and what can Judson do in the last 9 minutes? Well, they can. It looks like a lot of their stars are going to still get some more playing time here as we finish throughout the regular season. So that would be really helpful. So we'll see how they can handle defensively and maybe get a few more possessions offensively.
Starting unit on offense in for the most part, too. First down carry goes to Gavin Day, the redshirt freshman, who rolls it all the way out close to the 30. Is Day, who's been the backup all season to the speedster Keenan Haley, gets a good chunk here on his first snap of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was a nice gain there. Got a lot of yards and continuing to chew clock, which is St. Francis' strategy for the most part here. They're going to use a lot of this 40-second time, one would think.
Game clock under 8 minutes and 45 seconds. We're in the fourth. Neither team has scored since the second quarter, but still, St. Francis clinging to a 30-0 lead. A snap, a loose ball, and a couple of flags. Let's see what the penalty is here.
Probably a snapping infraction on the center, we might guess. False start regardless.
Offense, number 57, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down. Penalty's going to go against the Saints. 5 yards.
Yeah, but Judson will gladly take the penalty for St. Francis to have a longer situation.
5-yard penalty brings the Saints back to the Judson 35. Split back formation, 2 receivers set. The freshman can't hang on to the snap. It's loose. Who's got it? Judson says they've got it. Do they? They do. Bryce Heary, who's got a couple sacks today and a couple of other tackles for a loss, picks up the fumble. And now Judson will go to work on offense from right around midfield.
Well, yeah, and a quick stop, it allows Judson to get things going. And, this is what you want for Judson. Bryce Heary's been a monster today. So this is going to be it's going to be a really big opportunity for Judson to try to get on the board here late.
Can St. Francis keep the shutout? Judson is hoping not. And a great showing of toughness by the freshman Bryden Miller, who got hurt earlier this quarter, back in at right tackle. Gutting it out for the team. Empty formation. Odom claps the hands, takes the snap knee high with all sorts of time, slings it to his left, and is intercepted. It's Jared King, who laterals and out of bounds to Tavion Wells right around midfield. We saw a little bit of razzle-dazzle on offense. Now we're seeing it on defense with the lateral from King.
King again with a big game, second interception already today, and he might as well try to get a few more yards, and unfortunately for St. Francis they could not. But Judson's got there's a lot of time there. You can't blame the line on that one. Just an underthrown ball that ends up being an interception.
It's just kind of the way it's been. You get momentum, and then unfortunately you quickly lose momentum. Jared Schlinsky alongside Austin Anderson. 7:54 to go here in the fourth. The Judson defense has not allowed a point in the second half. Neither has St. Francis. Bew rolls out past midfield into Judson territory on his feet, right around the marker. Let's see where they rule him out.
Yeah, all the way down to the 36, so that's moving the chains for sure.
They give him the first down, and the clock will continue to roll. And now with the new rule about under 2 minutes and going out of bounds. The clock does not stop. It did in the past. Overall, they wanted to shorten the game a little bit. I was kind of surprised because most coaches in offense, more time, more plays run.
Yeah.
Snap up the middle today. He gets a couple. But, yeah, that was kind of a surprise across the NCAA.
Yeah, in this kind of situation where you were talking about, Jared, with college football making this change, you're expecting, I think part of it is you see the success in MLB with the pitch clock, hey, maybe we can do some changes, and this really hasn't changed too much because as soon as the chains move, the clock runs, right? So you say maybe 5 minutes, but it's not like an astronomical 30-minute reduction because of this maneuver. But still, I think, well-warranted.
Second down, Bew over the middle of the field. He's got Tumulty, and Tumulty still on his feet, finds his way into the end zone for 6. His second touchdown today in the true freshman shows off his dynamic skill set yet again to make it 36-0 in favor of the Fighting Saints.
Yeah, it's been a, Tumulty, it's really a family lineage here at St. Francis with the Tumulties, and, they continue to succeed. Joey, the 5'9", freshman, still continues. He's making a big game for himself today, and, before you know it, St. Francis is really putting this game away.
Extra point up and through makes it 37-0. 6:21 here to go in the fourth. We'll take another timeout. When we return, it'll be the return unit for St. Francis, the return unit for Judson taking the field. The first point since the second quarter has extended the San Francisco lead to 37-0. It's been all Fighting Saints in this one, as it looks like more and more likely that Judson's going to fall to 0-9 on the season. St. Francis playing Judson for the second time on its way to 7-3 to close out the 2023 campaign. Neither team headed to the postseason. This kick is a wobbler picked up by Smith past the 30, hit hard by Reese to about the 33, and that's where the Judson offense will go to work, and just hoping to see them get some points here to close out the season.
Yeah, it was nice to see Marshawn Smith get some momentum into that return, but unfortunately didn't really go too far there for Judson.
Jared Schlinsky alongside Austin Anderson. Been fortunate to bring you Judson home football games all season long, actually the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
And now, waiting to see what's next under Quentin Demps in year 2 in 2024. Obviously a very big recruiting class, a very young recruiting class, and a lot of guys got time, and you got to think probably the same thing's going to happen next season.
Yeah.
Snap goes to Odom, but nobody was ready for it. This is going to be a false start.
Yeah, Judson not being able to get a snap off without an infraction here.
But Quentin Demps, the former Chicago Bear, former NFL player, first-year head coach, has some familiarity here with Judson. This isn't his first season. He was an assistant before and did a ton of recruiting outside of the state of Illinois. It'll be interesting to see what his plan is in year 2 of recruiting.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. You know, you get a whole other year, you get a whole other base you can recruit from. We'll see how it goes moving forward.
And it's offsides, not early movement on Judson. I'm wrong. It's going to make it 1st and 5 with 6:16 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was. It appeared to be a false start, but there probably was movement in the defense prior, and that's kind of what led to that situation there. So,
two receivers at the bottom of your screen. Damon Mueller, the freshman, at the bottom. Motion man is Jordan West. Carry goes to Hannah. Hannah to the left. Past the 40. Still on his feet. Cannot get past Tavion Wells. And he's going to get about 2 yards on first down.
Yeah, not much room there for Jalen Ware on the outside. And, it's a thing where the Eagles are just trying to continue to Hannah trying to get some more yards, just continue to try to get some offense, and so far they're getting bunches, 6-7 yards, but not enough.
Split backfield for Odom. Second down, play fake. Going to take a shot to the far sideline, and Grant Alexander in traffic can't hang on to it. Pass broken up by Jalen Cooper, and Alexander slow to get up as the training unit being requested out to the field.
Yeah, that was an absolute hit on that throw.
Covering that play, number 5, Jalen Cooper.
But absolute hit there on that throw. Unfortunately, is leading to an Eagles injury here.
And that was a scary moment. He went down hard, and as that ball just continued to roll, it hit the ground. And we've got a new quarterback in. That was not John Odom. It's Chris Perez, the sophomore. So that's 4 different quarterbacks today now for the Judson Eagles.
Yeah, they're just trying out who they can and try to get something out of it. And we'll see how the Eagles can do on this situation here.
Alexander able to get up under his own power, looks to be okay, and this is going to bring up third down. And, well, last game of the season, you're not going to the playoffs. Why not try and get everybody in and get everyone on tape to make some evaluations moving forward?
Yeah, there's no reason why that can't be, and trying to get as best opportunities as possible, and see how that would work out.
Two receivers to the top of your screen. On the bottom of your screen is Mueller. Perez gives to Hannah. Hannah to his left, now cuts back to his right and gets very close to the first down marker. Let's see where they rule him. And now Hannah is slow to get up.
In on that tackle, number 55, Alan Richards. Fourth down.
Yeah, it's been tough here. Let's see what Judson can do on a 4th and short situation. Take a couple deep shots.
And Hannah looks to be hurt. Slowly jogging off the field. I would assume Judson's going to go for it here on 4th down. Less than a yard.
They're switching personnel. It does appear that they're going to try to do that, yes.
A lot of confusion. Play clock is at 5. Let's see if they get the snap off. And delay a game. They don't get it off.
They do not.
Maybe a timeout. Nope, a delay a game. So 4th and 1 is now 4th and 6. And now I don't think you have any choice but to punt. I don't know.
In this area, I mean, and now you're really going to have to punt. There's going to be a 15-yard sportsmanlike here, it appears.
This play is over. Unsportsmanlike contact. Number 66. 15-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
I don't know what he said, but it was 1 or 2 words too many. And, now it's another 15 yards following the delay of game.
Yeah, now you're punting. That's a long way to go. And you can see Donovan Valencia-Oliveros coming out there right now. Went from 4th and 1 to 4th and 20 in a matter of seconds. That's a tough blow.
And that might just be a combination of frustration and maybe miscommunication ultimately on whether or not to snap the ball. I'm not sure. Now Josh Mason's got to get off the field before the snap. Play clock is rolling. The game clock is rolling too.
St. Francis is going to get the ball back and try to run out that clock as fast as they
Wigan nearly had it tipped and got it to about midfield. It'll be at the Judson 48, but a flag comes in. This might be roughing the kicker. I don't know, because he did look like get a piece of it.
Yeah, I think he got too much here.
Is it running or is it roughing?
I think it's roughing. I think he went too hard. Yep.
It is. So that is going to give the ball to Judson. They're going to go back to work on offense. And wow, a lot of crazy penalties here in the last 4:24 of this one. And somebody left the mic on. The live mic can be heard. I don't think they know that.
Yeah, the ref didn't know that his mic was still on.
He didn't know his mic was still on. Yeah, you're getting the full version of that conversation.
A little inside view and what's going on, you know? Gotta love it, you know.
It doesn't matter that it's 37-0.
Yeah.
Coaches play to the very end. They want perfection, in the words of Denzel Washington.
Yes.
Coach Boone of Remember the Titans.
Yes, absolutely. Anyone is what they can get. And now, you know, yeah, it's a fun game sometimes, and in these moments, you know, it's kind of that vibe. Judson's getting a whole new set of downs. It's a gift, you know. They can try to move the ball here.
Now the Judson offense back to work. Can they find the end zone? Perez on first down, fumbles, ball's out, and picked up by St. Francis. The hit delivered by Marcelo Bernardi, and the recovery by Robbie Thulsum. And this game just can't get crazier. 2 back-to-back 15-yard penalties, and now a fumble on 1st and 10.
Yeah, I've not seen a 4-play sequence quite like that before, where he went from 4th and 1 at the 48 to the other team getting the ball at 29. And I've never seen that 4-play progression happen before, but that's the beauty of football. You never know what's going to happen the next day, and here we are.
Well, don't forget, Austin, the last 2 minutes of the first half felt like took an eternity, and, well, it's like the last 4 minutes of this half of the game are taking an eternity, too.
Mm-hmm. They are... You think St. Francis is going to run the ball here and probably try to get out of here as quickly as they possibly can.
But you never know.
You never know.
No. First down pass call. Bew steps up, throws as he's hit, and nearly complete to the tight end, Jake Friddle.
I want to see this replay. I'm 95% sure he was across the line of scrimmage when he let go of this ball.
Well, remember, any part of the body behind the line allows him to be able to throw it.
Yeah, it was very close, and you're not going to get the nitty-grittiness of that, but that, to me, seemed like it was very close.
The defensive line has played good in the second half. They're really getting pressure. We saw back-to-back sacks from Bryce Heary, and I think it was Josh Mason, and they've only given up 7 points in the second half. Just not been able to manage offensively to do a whole lot. Another pass over the middle of the field. Caught, this time by the tight end, Getch. And he is hit on the hip by Judson's Jaden Hubbard. And this might be illegal hands to the face on the offense, because it sure looked like Getch got the face mask of Ryan Ote.
Yeah, I've seen there's 3 flags in the field. I'm not sure if it's all for one infraction or if it's a pair or what we're doing, what's going to be called here. But it's it's a nice discussion here momentarily to determine what's going to happen. By the looks of it, I think it's a multiple foul situation here.
But again, another stoppage under the 4-minute mark, or around this 4-minute mark. This game does not want to end. Can't hear the officials call, but
I think they're still explaining. I think they're still trying to get it right.
This is a face mask on the. Ooh, they got that wrong. I haven't said that all season.
Personal foul. Legal hands to the face. Offense, number 21. Those penalties offset.
Okay, so they did acknowledge that penalty, but they're also adding a face mask on the defense as well to offset those two calls.
And I didn't see a face mask by either defender in Ote or Hubbard. There definitely was illegal hands to the face on St. Francis, but regardless, it's going to negate the play. And let's see if we can just get a snap where there isn't a flag. Expect the unexpected. Bew drops back, second down, steps up, throws on the move to the end zone, is intercepted. Intercepted by Harrison Hanna. And Hanna was fighting with the receiver for it, but he clearly had possession. And
Jalen Ware with the interception there, the defensive back.
Jalen Ware is given the interception. There's two number ones on the roster. 1D is Ware. He gets the pick, and a little celebration on the sideline for the Eagles.
Yes, they look at them. They're having fun. You know, at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? Are you guys having fun in the midst of this? You know, and the answer is yes. And, you know, I think there's a lot of community being built around this program, and there's a lot of strides off the field that this program has made in the past year, which I think a lot of people are really appreciative of.
Another change of possession and another stoppage. 3:47 to go here in the ball game. Let's see if we can just get our moving clock. First down, run to Smith to the outside. Is dragged down around the 25 by St. Francis's Matthew Perry. And did we get a timeout? What's the stoppage? I don't know why.
Clock's running.
Oh, it is running.
It is
okay.
running.
I thought I heard a whistle.
No, it's running.
We haven't seen a moving clock down the stretch here. Let's see if this clock continues to run. Play clock is down to 10 seconds. You'd think Judson would want to be in a little bit more up-tempo pace. Perez with the snap. Steps up. Has all sorts of daylight to the 30 and past the 35, scoots forward to the 40, does not get out of bounds, so the clock should continue to roll as Perez shows his legs there on the second down run.
Yeah, Judson's just trying to get what they can moving the football here.
Can St. Francis keep the shutout? Can Judson avoid being shut out? We're going to have to wait and see. Perez in trouble. Cannot escape. Sacked on the play by Robbie Tholsom the second time he's been in the backfield today. And this clock will continue to move.
Under 2 minutes now.
A first down under 2 minutes would stop the clock. Otherwise, it's going to continue to roll. Low snap. Perez throws right away, gets rid of it, and tackled inbounds is Mueller by Perry.
Yeah, and now, Judson's in a position where they got a second down long here and they have a chance to move the ball.
Game clock under 90 seconds. 37-0 our score. I got to think here on third and fourth downs. Judson is probably going to take some shots deep. I don't know. Let's see.
Last chance on offense this year. You never know.
Might as well just throw it up. Perez to the sideline. Incomplete. Well, you got to go for it here, right, with 58 seconds?
I mean, at this point, yeah, you see what you have in your offense, or they're gonna bring the punting crew.
Wow, I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, it's maybe they just wanted to get a few snaps in for the new quarterback. They saw it, and then now it's a punting situation.
clock is stopped at 58 seconds, find the incompletion, and you can only hope St. Francis will take some knees to end the game, but expect the unexpected.
Oh, well, they're not going to get the ball again. They just roughed the kicker once more.
But I thought you can hit the kicker if you get a piece of the ball.
Yeah.
I think it was deflected.
And on top of that, you see on the play, Logan Shears is trying to convince the referee that it bounced off of St. Francis. Regardless, Judson's going to get possession here, but I mean, he just. Oh, you're right, Jared. Look at that.
Yeah, it shouldn't be roughing the kicker, and Wiggins slow to get up. But yeah, you can make contact with the kicker, but you have to get a piece of the ball before you hit the kicker. And just fortunate, he looks to be okay. But
what they're seeing here is, and in looking at this play, this is was the ball touched? Okay, the ball was touched. Good job, camera crew. They were determining it was St. Francis. Did they get a hand on it? However, if you look earlier in the replay, as you run it through, Judson touches it there. So once Judson touches it there before St. Francis player does, they can't recover it. So even if St. Francis touches it right there, or would have touched it, then it wouldn't have mattered. So I'm not sure what the defense is looking for there, but good job, our camera crew. Take a look.
And Mike Johnson, the nose tackle, gets the run for about 20 yards on first down, and that's going to should stop the clock.
I think he stayed in bounds.
But you got the first down.
Are they actually going to need it this time, or is it?
I don't see knees coming here. Loose.
Oh, and he fumbled it. I thought.
St. Francis got it. Are they going to call a timeout? Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. Are they going to try and get off another play?
Nah, I think they're gonna call it here.
That's going to do it. The final 4 minutes took an eternity, but your final 37-0. We'll take a quick timeout. When we get back, we'll recap the final game of the year. It's coming up next here on the Eagles Streaming Network. Your final today here at Millennium Field, the Judson Eagles fall in their final game of the season to the St. Francis Fighting Saints in what is a rematch from earlier in the year, 37-0. The Eagles fall to 0-9 on the season, 0-6 in conference play. The Fighting Saints to 7-3 and 3-2 overall. And it was just a dominant first quarter. That was the difference in this one. 23 of the 37 points from St. Francis in quarter number one. They never looked back and pick up their second win of the year against the Judson Eagles. Austin, I've never seen two teams face each other outside of meeting in the postseason in college football twice, but first time for everything with the unexpected departure of a couple of teams in the conference.
Yeah, and with that in mind, you lose two this year, you lose two next year. There had to be something special that they did. And basically went ahead and rematched these two teams. Again, it was a rarity. It's the first time Judson's ever had it in program history, only the second time in history that St. Francis has had it. So it's not a typical proposition, but both teams made the most of it, and here we were and played more football.
The difference in this one, turnovers, plain and simple. 5 first-half turnovers for Judson only 1 for St. Francis, and well, they took advantage and were able to go up 30-0 at the half. They go on to win by a final of 37-0. A lot of playing time for a lot of guys, especially on Judson's side of the ball. Judson, 4 different quarterbacks played, 7 different running backs played, and just a plethora of DBs and linebackers. I think if you're Quentin Dempsey, it was important to get all these guys on the field, not only because it's the last game of the season, but moving forward from a talent evaluation standpoint, and then get the seniors some extra snaps here on Senior Day.
Yeah, I think the team did a good job of kind of mixing it up. Again, both these teams, calling it a year after today. So, Judson kind of took the approach of let's get a good balance of everyone and kind of go from there.
Carl Bew was just a little bit too much. 2 first-half passing touchdowns. He finished with 3 total, plus 2 first-half rushing touchdowns, combined for over 200 yards. St. Francis got themselves a nice, pretty good quarterback moving forward.
Yeah, they do. I think the passing game's got to improve a little bit. 6 for 17 is not the greatest of showings for a quarterback, but he played well in the run. He had the 2 passing touchdowns. There's a lot to improve upon here in the years ahead.
And Judson's defense, I don't want it to be diminished. They really played well, especially in the second half. 5 total sacks, only 7 second-half points. This team, even all season, even if they got down big early, they never gave up. They continued to fight to the very end, and I think that's what you saw from a Quentin Demps team once again here on Saturday.
Yeah, they fought hard. That's all you can ask for, and it's a good. The effort was there. The team's heart was there. We'll see next year how they can translate that to the field. But for right now, you're just looking at the end of this year and moving forward to what next year could be.
It's definitely a challenge for any first-year head coach, but especially a coach that is inheriting a very young team, which is what Quentin Demps did. What do you look forward to seeing this offseason, specifically in recruiting moving forward for the Judson football program?
He has a big footprint in Texas. He's from there. And there's a lot of talent that can come out of the state of Texas. And you see some of these guys that are true freshmen or transfers who come in from that area. I'm expecting another mass infiltration again, going down into that area and seeing what the best talent you can get. In fact, it was the second, besides the state of Illinois, it was the second largest recruiting class in the entire school. And a big part of that's thanks to football. So, we'll see what happens here in the days ahead, in the year ahead. But I'm excited to see where this program goes from here.
Special thanks to our crew back inside the TV room and back inside the car or the truck, however you want to phrase it. Special thanks to the Judson Sports Information Department, athletic director, administration, faculty, staff. It's been a heck of a 2023 season. Unfortunately, the Eagles come up short here one final time, the final 37-0. Anybody you want to thank that we missed throughout the course of the season?
Not specifically, just adding on to what you're saying. Nick Schaefline and his crew in the Sports Information Department, a lot of hard work this year. Again, Rick Williams in the athletic department, from being the athletic director, obviously pulling a lot of buttons, pushing a lot of buttons, and if you're local, and tonight, the Judson women's volleyball team plays for the CCAC Conference Championship at the Lindner Fitness Center. So make sure you head over to Judson and watch that, because it's going to be a big effort tonight for the Lady Eagles.
Final one more time here at Millennium Field. The St. Francis Fighting Saints 37, the Judson Eagles nothing. Signing off for the final time this season, I'm Jared Schlensky, wishing you a fantastic Veterans Day. Enjoy your weekend. God bless you, and happy and safe thoughts with you and your family moving forward as we close out the 2023 football season.
This sports broadcast made possible with support from the following. The Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their over 35 area McDonald's restaurants today. Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland. For all your heating or cooling needs, count on Custom Heating and Cooling. Featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin and Genesis of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? It's Rosen Express online buying made simple. Visit rosenhyundai.com or genesisofalgonquin.com. For the best pizza in town, Wise Guys Pizzeria in South Elgin. Check out our new and improved online ordering at I'mAWiseGuy.com. And Daryl Barnes Photography for portraits, family and graduation photos, sports team photos, and more. Contact Daryl Barnes Photography at darylbarnes.com.